I say shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
It's a Friday night in the Mag Room, live Mag Room Studios. Cisco and Mooga, Jared and Mark.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag Room. Mag Room. The Mag Room. The Mag Room.
I've had a little tequila. I'm having fun today.
Wow, are you in Dixie cups?
Or just a little Dixie shot glass. You see how big it is?
Right. Do you buy Dixie shot glasses?
That's how many shots I drink. Is that I need a whole thing of disposable cups.
Like a sleeve? What's the number that Dixie shot glasses
400
come in?
at a time.
That's the fewest you can buy?
No, that's the most. I wanted the biggest one. I thought I'm going to go through these quickly.
But what's the fewest you can buy?
One.
What? You can buy one Dixie shot glass.
There's a specialty cup store near me.
That actually
Any kind of cup. They have every kind of cup, and they'll do like mix and match sets. They'll do one-offs. Yeah,
It seems like actually a decent purchase because say you've never had a shot and you want to try one. Maybe you just want one Dixie shot glass to try it. So if you don't like it, you don't end up with like 42 other Dixie cup shot glasses.
Yeah. But obviously,
the other thing is
the price of scale of what's it called when the more you buy, the cheaper the item is per.
It's true.
The
bulk.
Yeah, but isn't there a word for it like scales
bulk.
of something of scale?
Economies
economy
of
of
scale.
I said scales of economy.
Sure, that's the new one.
That's when you buy a cheap scale.
Yes. I have a scale of economy.
It was only $24 at Walmart, but you know what? Well, you know, I get shit. At
But
Walmart.
I don't know how many adults do you think buy Dixie cup shot glasses?
Almost all of them. You think it's mostly children buying Dixie cup shot glasses?
College. I think it'd be mostly college kids who are having a party who don't have a lot of shot glasses. Like I feel like you could afford a real shot glass at this point in your life.
Yeah. About 2 years ago, I asked my guy. I asked my money guy if I can buy. I start buying shot glasses now. And he said, "You're gonna have to ask your parole officer, Mark."
I put one on layaway. Just haven't been able to.
Yeah, rent to
pay
buy.
for it yet.
Aaron Rents. Have you ever been to Aaron? Remember Aaron Rents? Did you ever go in one of those stores? Oof, what a depressing place. Didn't
you buy something there?
I either did. I know I was in one. I can't remember
I
if
thought
I
you
actually.
and Teresa bought something there.
I thought it was maybe before I had a woman in my life. I thought it was just me, but I don't remember if I bought it or not. I don't think I rented furniture though.
I feel like you guys rented something there.
I kind of feel like you're right. Now I don't know what it is. I'm sure it infuriated me, whatever it was.
I can't believe I would make up that
furniture?
story.
Are you kidding me?
I remember you telling me this.
What about instead of renting this thing, when we walk out the parking lot, you just put two bullets in the back of my head? I'm not renting furniture. What am I?
Yeah.
What kind of person am I if I can't own my own furniture?
What if it was like a really nice, like you had to buy something
but
from
it's not
IKEA,
mine.
Or you could rent a really nice piece of furniture.
Go to like a thrift store and get something cool.
If you rent, it's not going to always be new either, which kind of sucks. I don't really want someone's secondhand couch.
No. That's what I'm saying. The store is the saddest place. Maybe, you know how there's the happiest place on earth? Disney. What's the saddest place on earth? I'm going to put an Aaron Rents in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm going to put as one of the contenders.
What the hell could you have even rented? I can't even remember now.
I don't know. I really don't. I wish I could make the story funny, but I honestly can't remember it because like I said, I don't remember being there. But in retrospect, I hope I was mad that I was there. I hope
That
I
was
wasn't
when
complicit.
No,
in it.
you were in the glow of a relationship.
Babe, let's go. Oh, that sounds great. Let's go to the furniture rental store today. It's a fun way to
Let me drink some of that wheatgrass that you're brewing up, and then we'll go to.
Well, I
the
didn't mind the
furniture
health
rental
stuff.
store.
The health stuff's fine. It was more the buying. Like, why do we have to own so much stuff? I don't want to talk about this. Come on, stop.
Sorry, I'm stressing you out.
Come on.
Expect you to use it.
He also had a pet frog named Jeremiah. That
And then
thing
the
lived
frog-
forever, dude.
Did the frog live in the bed?
Do you remember, like, when you were a kid, did people get sea monkeys and stuff like that sometimes for presents?
Sea monkeys?
Do you remember sea monkeys? They were like, I don't know.
Like I don't know, sea monkeys.
They're basically like,
Not a seahorse?
no, sea monkeys.
Is there a sea version of every animal that's on the land?
Yes. Sea giraffe, sea rhinoceros.
Like
Sea
people just ran
people.
out. People ran out of names. They're just like, all right, it's a seahorse. What's a sea monkey look like? A monkey?
So, yeah, stop derailing me. It's like something you give like an 8-year-old as a present. It's got like
Teddy just turned 8 years old.
It's like dried up something or other that's alive. It's like plankton or something that's alive, and you pour it in a water receptacle that they give you, and you watch them grow and live their little sea monkey lives.
Oh yeah, it's a marketing term.
Sea monkeys is?
Yeah, for brine shrimp.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, Matt got like a tadpole as a present once for like a birthday, like a 6 years old birthday,
and
or
it
something.
turned into a frog.
And it lived until he was like well into his 20s. It died long after he moved out of the house from college and living to be an adult.
That seems almost impossible.
I know. I used
Was
to.
Matt
That was
like
like
really? Did he like really take care of it? Like
No.
clean the cage and
No, it was disgusting. It's crazy. It was maybe, sometimes in this world there's species, individual members of species that really stand out. Like, I don't know. I guess Alexander the Great, or and that frog maybe was like the epitome, the nexus of that.
he probably should have studied it
Yeah,
to see why it lived.
we'll never get that chance, I guess.
No, it died now. You should have donated it to science.
I think they did. They were like, hey, science, do you want this frog?
Yeah,
Science was like, no.
Is it like going to
There's
the
a
Goodwill?
jillion of
Like,
those frogs
there's a
out there.
building called Science that you drive up
Donate this
and
to
don't donate stuff. Harold von Braunhut invented brine shrimp.
What was his
as
name?
sea
Harold von
monkeys.
what?
Braunhut.
Irish fella, I guess, huh?
He originally called it Instant Life, but then changed it to Sea Monkeys. And he thought it up
Talk
after.
about a disparity between your two ideas.
Yes.
Instant life, we will call this. I'm like, what? You sound like a...
Ant farms. It was after ant farms. That's how he got the idea.
And that's kind of what the presentation, I think, looked like. It sort of looks like a water ant farm. I mean,
Yeah, and they marketed it through comic books, where they drew pictures that looked like a humanoid animal, like a sea monkey, but the actual things looked nothing like it and only lived for about 2 to 3 months. So. What else is going on besides your new relationship with rental?
Oh, yeah.
In the
That's
future?
where that started. Cool. The only thing I brought this week was I just something that I do daily that I bet you don't do daily, and I look at the tide charts for Jupiter.
I do not do that daily. When
So-
we go on vacation, I look at it.
Okay, so I was just going to read you. I think I have 9 facts. This particular list of facts was provided by Jonathan White, author of Tides: The Science and Spirit of the Ocean. Find out more about his excellent book here Jonathan Whitewriter.com.
Did he also write Prince of Tides?
He wrote, and he used to play for the Tidewater Tides. He was a minor league baseball player with the Tidewater Tides.
That was the Mets AAA.
Do you remember the Tide Pod Challenge when youngsters
Kids
would
would eat pod?
He was the champion Tide Pod.
People really upped their game after we grew up. Like, we're just going to eat laundry detergent. Like, yeah, when we were kids, it was like, would you eat a goldfish or something? Now it's like, fuck it, you're just going to eat poison.
Just drink poison.
Yeah, are you some sort of lame-o? You're not going to drink poison?
I don't want to ingest something that specifically says do not ingest on it.
Yeah. All right, so what do we learn about the tides?
Okay. The tide is a very large, very long wave that travels around the world at 450. And I was just going to read these, then I don't know, some you might want to comment on, some you might not.
Interrupt you?
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
450 miles per hour. It has no beginning and no end. The 12-hour gradual rise and fall we see on the beach is the waves passing. First its crest and then its trough.
So it's one wave?
That's what this thing says. It says very large, very long wave. I guess it's just a perpetual wave, you know?
Sure. What if you stopped it? If you were just like, you stood out in the water and stopped it?
You'd be like Poseidon, maybe.
All right.
Who I always thought would be one, if I were to be a god of that, like Roman, Greek, whatever, or whichever one I would most identify with, I was always a Poseidon guy. I thought Poseidon was a cool guy.
Is he a Roman or Greek god?
He's one of them, isn't he?
I don't know. For a little while, in my brain right there, and I know this isn't true, I was like, maybe Poseidon's a Marvel character.
That's Aquaman, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially I think that's what Poseidon was.
Poseidon had a trident, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Greek. In Greek mythology, Poseidon was the god of the sea, earthquakes, horses, and salt. What? Oh.
What about sea? Was he sea horses or just horses?
Why did he have horses if he was an underwater guy?
He's god of the sea and horses, but not seahorses.
Sea? Well, probably seahorses are included in sea. God of the sea.
Think so?
God of earthquakes. God of horses. God of salt and... not salt. God of salt and freshwater springs.
Okay.
When the waters of the Red Sea parted to allow Moses and the children of Israel to escape Egypt, it may have been a tidal event timed perfectly by Moses, who lived near the Red Sea and knew that on an extreme spring tide there would be a dry passage across. He may in fact have timed his exodus precisely so that the children of Israel would make it across, but the tide would rush back in while Pharaoh and his pursuing army were only halfway across. Pharaoh, who lived on the tideless Nile, would not have been familiar with the Red Sea tides.
I mean, that's some great knowledge if he had that.
If he was able to time it that perfectly, I mean, that's like cartoon-style timing right there, you know?
Because basically, you time it wrong one way or the other, you're
Yeah.
Like, you go too late, all you guys drown.
Yeah.
You go too... So, I mean, we got to think that there's some luck in that. Or maybe some god, some divine intervention.
Yeah. Poseidon, probably. Because he's in the sea. There's about 3 terawatts of power in the ocean's tides, 3 times the world's daily energy consumption.
Wow, we should just harness that.
I think that's what it's saying, Jared.
Mm.
Let's see. Tide charts repeat themselves every 18.6 years. The book that got Galileo in trouble with the Catholic Church was originally titled The Flux and Reflux of the Sea. Galileo used the sloshing of the ocean tides as proof that the Earth moved and therefore was not the center of the Earth. The universe. So
it's like somebody was shaking the Earth? That's what he's saying? Basically. I don't know if that's perfect science. It doesn't seem like. What did you said it repeats 18.6 years?
Every 18.6 years.
So if I'm like, this is just a sweet tide today, Cape Cod, We got to set our calendar for 18.6 years to come back to experience this again.
Right. I mean, if you're if you're that particular about your tide experiences.
Yeah. Well, so Moses, there's no way Moses would have known what the hell the tide was.
Well, maybe just somehow, it just so happened that 18.6 years before that day,
he stayed in Egypt for 18.6.
He just had a premonition that day. He's like, when the tides are exactly like they are. The world's largest tidal bore, sometimes 25 feet tall, is on the Qingtang River in China. The Silver Dragon has been racing up the Qingtang on every tide, every day for 2,500 years.
What the hell is the Silver Dragon?
Exactly. They didn't put that in there. I don't know. It just says it. It just says the Silver. So I thought maybe it was some cool guy who likes to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, and he just rides up the tide every day?
There goes the Silver Dragon.
What's a tidal bore, by the way, as well?
Like the difference between. Wait. Oh shoot! I wish I hadn't asked that.
I don't understand anything in that question.
I think it's the height. I think it's like the height, lowness, the difference between the lowness and the highness of a tide.
So what the hell could the Silver Dragon be?
I think it's a guy with silver. I think it's a gray-haired dude on a motorcycle
for 2,500 years. That's insane.
maybe like it's like the Dread Pirate Roberts, where he trains
different guys.
Yeah,
nice.
He trains the next Silver Dragon.
That sounds like a sweet thing to train for. The Silver Dragon. The Silver Dragon is a massive, powerful wave, sometimes reaching heights of up to 30 feet. The phenomenon is most pronounced during the fall, coinciding with the Tide Watching Festival.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know
when should we schedule the Tide Watch?
Ever since Gary's been the chair of the Tide Festival.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you do it when the... All right, Gary, here's an idea for you. Do it when the tide's like the best, when it's hot, when it's wicked high.
Yeah, why do we have it the worst month? It says the river's flow completely reverses after the wave passes. I thought this was interesting. Did you know when the first known use of the acronym OMG was?
1974.
Earlier than that.
1932.
Earlier than that.
1811.
No. Later than that. The first known use of the acronym actually dates back to a letter written to Winston Churchill.
Huh.
In 1962.
What was it?
1917.
Oh.
When he was serving as First Lord of the Admiralty in the British Navy. They always have better titles than the British things. The letter was written by John Arbuthnot Fisher, who, as First Sea Lord,
hello, First Sea Lord here,
Navy's highest-ranking officer, often quarreled with Churchill.
Often quarrel with you, Winston. OMG.
In the 1917 missive, Fisher wrote, "I hear that a new order of knighthood is on the table. OMG. Oh my God. Shower it on the Admiralty."
You must be lit AF.
Yeah. He actually said, "I heard knighthood is on the tapis," but I just put in table because I didn't know what a tapis was, and then I looked it up.
What?
So,
tapis? TAPAS?
TAPIS. Something you can rent at Aaron Rents. You should go ask them for a tapis.
I'd love to rent a tapis, please. How much is it for a year for that tapis there? It's a rental, is it? Do I pay monthly rental or do I pay by the year?
OMG, this is quite a deal.
With economies of scale, it seems I should get a better deal if I rent that tapas for a year at a time, right?
Winston Churchill won the Nobel Prize for Literature?
Yeah, remember he wrote, OMG, it's me, Winston C. It was a book of poetry.
Do you know what LOL first stood for? This is awesome.
Larry's old lizard. That's what he used to call his penis. This guy Larry that hung out at the...
It was the Silver Dragon and LOL, baby.
No, what was the thing that you just said?
Little old lady.
Oh, okay. I actually like that better than laugh out loud.
Yeah, we should start using it for that.
Little old lady. Okay.
What's up, LOL?
Who
I just thought that was interesting. Really nothing else about it, but...
OMG since 1917, baby.
It didn't catch on until the 90s.
Oh, we said it in the 90s?
It said that's when it was. It became popular as early internet lingo, whenever texting started, right?
That's what I thought.
AOL-IM, remember the instant messenger?
No, I don't think I ever used it. I kind of remember, I know people who refer to it.
The kids love it.
Kids love it.
They loved AOL. I remember we always would have meetings at school about it. It's ruining the kids' study time. They're using instant messenger all the time.
I don't think, was in high school?
No, it was early 2000s.
Oh, in your high school, like when you were a teacher.
When I was a teacher.
Okay. I was going to say, you're like 6 months older than me. What was the difference?
Yeah, back when I was in high school, Mark. You may not remember that.
You're 1 year ahead of me.
Yeah.
Not that much change between 94 and 93, right?
No. Everything changed. I thought maybe it'd be time to do some Dear Mooga.
Oh, wow. I haven't given advice in a long time.
I know. Figured, I didn't have a ton of articles, so I thought I'd dip into the mailbag.
Cool. I'm glad people are writing emails again.
Dear Mooga.
Dear Mooga.
All right, first one. This one might be something you run into, so you might want to think about it. Me, 27-year-old male, and my girlfriend, 25-year-old female, have been together for about 10 months.
Okay.
Lately, I've started noticing she's really weird about her phone. Keeps it face down all the time, turns off notifications when I'm around, and takes it with her, even if she's just stepping out for a minute. She used to be open more, like showing me memes or stuff from her chats, but now it's like the phone is some top secret device. I can't lie, it's starting to bother me. I asked her if something's up. She just said, I like my privacy. That's all, no explanation. Is that a red flag? I want to trust her, but it's hard not to feel like she's hiding something. Can you help me, Mooga? Scratch 2020.
She's definitely cheating on you. And I would say you should cheat on her back, because that's the only way. You have to fight fire with fire when it comes to that kind of thing. So, are there any skanks in the neighborhood that have, kind of given you a good look, Something kind of easy. Doesn't matter if they're hot or whatever,
Yeah.
It could just be
what if she's planning
In
a
fact, it hurts them
birthday
more.
party for her?
It hurts her more if you an ugly girl, because then it's like he didn't even, if he went after a model or something, he'd be like, I get it, she's beautiful, but he just wanted to bang this pig and whatever. So that actually hurts her more. So if you're going for pain, bang like a big fat girl, ugly too, like an ugly fat girl. Take pictures of it, put it on your phone, and leave your phone out for her to find.
What if it's there? She's planning like a surprise party.
Then you're gonna have some explaining to do, I guess. Just say the fat girl is something that you work with, like the ugly girls, and she was there for a training seminar. You got drunk, she got drunk. Just make up a good story and apologize if you still love her. If you think she wasn't cheating on you.
So you should try the thing first with the Fat girl not try to figure out if it's a surprise party first. Just go for the other thing first and then apologize.
I mean, he said it was bothering him.
Okay.
Don't you want to, like, if things are bothering you, isn't the thing you're supposed to do just react quickly and decisively?
Is that your advice?
You want to go with your heart.
decisively
Lead with
ask-
your heart. Lead with your heart, whatever your name was. No, she's going to be cheating on you. If you really want advice, I would say she's probably cheating on you. I don't know. You could make it fun and try to catch her. You could just leave her. You could ask her flat out, are you cheating on me? See if you can read her. Or you could bang a fat girl, take pictures, and see how that goes. I don't know.
I got one more. This is the feel-good story of the week.
Okay.
It's again about older people. I think I've been on an older people kick lately.
Keep bringing stories about old people.
I don't know. This was from NPR.
Old people.
It was about how to get older men to socialize is a puzzle. A group called Romeo is one answer. So it says men have been raised to be strong, not to show emotion, and not to lean on others. But that can make it difficult to offer older men help when they need it.
Wait, my grandfather doesn't have any friends anymore. Who cares?
Maine is the oldest state in the country, with 23% of its population over age 65.
Oh, not the oldest state by statehood.
No.
Wouldn't that be cool if it was both, though?
Men over 75
We're
have the
both
highest
We're the
state
oldest men.
and
We're the oldest men in the oldest state, guys. Do you have any idea how sad that is?
I think Rhode Island was the first state, wasn't it? Or was it Delaware?
I thought it was Delaware, but that's
Yeah.
because of the license plates.
It's like it's got to be right if it's on a license plate. So men over 75 have the highest suicide rates in the U.S.
Cool, like it.
Yep. So I haven't gotten to the feel-good part yet.
So far, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. So they started this group called, it's a monthly, they meet
Romeo.
monthly. It's called Romeo. It stands for,
Retired old men eating out.
yep,
They go out to no fucking way. I got every single one of them.
retired older men eating out. They didn't want it to just be old.
Should be porno then. Eating out what, guys? And it's like,
All right. Retired Romeo, and it's with a W at the end. Retired older men eating out women.
Oh, right. Yeah. Or they're ass eaters. Wouldn't it be cool if they were ass eaters? That was their thing.
Yeah, they might
Like,
have
do you guys into old men eating ass videos?
Do you think they would have more attendees or fewer?
Unfortunately, Jared, the way the world is these days, I think they'd be a huge. I bet they could make as much money as Aaron rents if we started a
Retired older men eating out women.
I don't want to, like, why did I bring this up? This feels really like something you're not, like, it's not that it's so bad, but, like, why would I bring up, let's start a porno channel where old men eat out girls' asses.
Yeah, you've kind of ruined my feel-good story.
Oh, yeah. Did you get to the part that was feeling good? I've been stepping on the beginning. I think we're still good.
No, that these guys are enjoying it. That started with like 10 people. Now it has 55, which is about what we get listeners to our podcast. So we're about the same as Romeo, but we don't have an NPR story about us.
Is there contact
They give
information? Could we send this episode to them? Be like, hey, guys, we talked about your thing on our thing.
Yeah, they get free
Retired
lunch.
old men eating out assholes.
You think if
Romeo.
you got-
Romeo.
You think if you just gave out free lunch, you'd get a lot of people to come? One of the attendees is Sam Powers. He's traveled all over the world. He's now 80, has Parkinson's disease, and also had a stroke last summer. He lives alone in an apartment and uses a walker to help him get around. Hanging on the wall behind him is a framed photograph of Sam next to a motorcycle in dark glasses and a leather jacket.
What? That's the end?
He describes himself as stubbornly, stupidly independent. He says he's bumped into people he knows at the lunch gatherings and has met 2 or 3 new people there as well. And that's as close as he'll get to saying the lunch is helping.
Aw. I think you're doing great, Sam.
Jim
Just give him
Hayes
a hug.
isn't going to say it either. He's a lifelong Mainer and a retired harbor master of nearby Bailey Island.
I ran the fucking harbor for Bailey Island. I ain't coming to you guys' stupid lunch thing. And then I look over the fence and I'm like, why are they all having so much fun over there? What are they doing?
Initially prodded by his wife, he now attends Romeo lunches each month.
Oh, he's got a wife? F that guy.
Yeah.
He's got somebody in his life. I like the other guy
He's someone who, to begin with, wasn't sure the idea of bringing men together would work.
Yeah.
But then we started eating asses and everything fell together. Tom Powers.
It's okay to cry. It's okay to be a man and like have feelings and cry. Don't do it like all the time. That's disgusting. But every once in a while, something strikes you the right way. You're allowed to cry in front of other people.
I think we could do that. Produced by Silver Dragon. Fact checked by Bill. Theme song by Meggie Yellox. Social media by Cousin Paul.
Hashtag LOL for little old ladies.
Little old ladies eating out. Lolio.
You know, we really should just get these two groups together, guys.
Lolio and Romeo.
Yeah.
And then we could be the one we want, Romeo.
What would old people having orgies be? Up-ho, off-ho.
Yeah, right then they're just having fun.
Old people fucking up. You guys want to join our new club, Old People Fucking? What exactly do you do? It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like.
First meeting, we only had 4 people, but now we have over 1,000 old people that come to our meetings.
If this is your first meeting, you have to tonight, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
That's one of the rules.
We also serve free pizza.
We stole Fight Club's rules, and we just applied them to old people.
Yeah, that's right. It'd be great if that was the real meeting. NPR just showed up, and that's what was going on.
Ooh.
There was old
Guys, we gotta
men
clean
having
this up.
lunch.
Put your fucking pants on, Herb. This is going to look ridiculous. We can't call old people to a news outlet. Our kids are going to come and take us back home.
Let's have lunch and talk about scams.
That's it. Herb, you got scammed last year, didn't you? Get up there. Talk about that Kenyan guy that stole all your money.
All right. Hashtag put down your phone this week. Don't kill your wife. Go out to lunch with some old people. Make them feel good about themselves.
I occasionally, it's come upon, like, it's happened to me more than once where I bought an old man's groceries for, like, he was short at the cash register or something.
Why does it
Do
matter
something
how
like
tall
that.
he was?
What? What? What did you say?
Why does it matter how tall he was? You said he was short at the cash register.
I meant he was short of money. He was lacking funds to
It
finish
would have been
to buy
great
his
if you only
groceries.
bought groceries for short old men.
You're much too tall to need my help, sir. You're taller than I. You're 6'3". You don't need any help.
Some short old man, he might get pushed around, so I get to
Yeah.
buy his groceries.
Gertie over there needs some help. He's only 5'6".
Yeah. You ever
Here's
bought an old
$5.
You ever
little
bought an
guy.
old man a sea monkey?
I would pay for somebody's sea monkeys, sure. Like Spencer Gifts, I think, used to have sea monkeys.
Maybe that would keep him company.
Yeah. I think a cat or a dog would be more appropriate. Cat, probably, to be honest with you.
Sure.
But you know I like cats.
Sure. Well, if
Why would you
you're...
only buy groceries for a short person?
Yeah, he said he was short at the register. Well, if you're
You know why
old,
that got me so funny?
if you're old and you don't have anyone to go to lunch with and you don't get invited,
Yeah, that's what we're here for, old fella.
you can always stick with the
You
mag
stick with the
room.
mag room, and everything else
is
is cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Get back to that
sandwiches.
old people fucking meeting. Get your wrinkly old dick in the ring back there.
All right. Good night.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groove. I like my groove. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. My groom's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
But then we started eating and everything fell together.